Imagine this. You're at home flipping through channels when an ad pops up. It's for a subscription service you've been eyeing. You're not interested right now, so you keep flipping. Now imagine this. First, you get an email with a special offer just for you. Then you see the same ad on YouTube. It seems like fate. Maybe this time you give it a try. Finally, there's a pop-up asking you to start a free trial. With just a click, you're in. And that trial becomes a full-blown subscription without you even realizing it. Welcome to the club. We've all been here. But there's a psychology trick behind this familiar story. It's called the foot in the door technique. You've probably used it, seen it in action, and it's way more widespread than you might think. In this video, we'll break it down. You'll see how it works and you'll learn how to protect yourself from it. Stick around, it's gonna be a good one. So what exactly is the foot in the door technique? Well, it's pretty straightforward. There are 2 steps. First, someone gets you to agree to a small request. Second, they follow it up with a bigger request. It's that simple. But the real power comes when you look at it from a psychological perspective. The first yes, no matter how small, changes the way you see yourself. It puts you on a path of consistency. Now the second request, the bigger one, plays on that shift in perception. It makes the second yes easier, sometimes almost automatic. Let's walk through a typical example. You're at the grocery store checking out. The cashier asks if you'd like to help out a local charity by donating $5. It's a relatively small amount, so you agree. Later, you're approached by someone from the same charity. They tell you they're running low on supplies and ask if you could donate some water bottles. You might find yourself agreeing again, even though you weren't planning on donating any bottles. Why? Because that initial $5 donation changed your self-image. It nudged you towards seeing yourself as generous. And that new view of yourself makes the second request, the bottle donation, seem more natural. The foot in the door technique isn't just a fun fact about human psychology. It has real-world implications. It's a cornerstone in fields like sales and marketing. Businesses use it all the time to guide customers toward bigger purchases. Here's a quick breakdown of how it pops up in various situations. Sales and marketing. You've probably experienced this. A salesperson asks if you can answer a few questions, a survey, which you agree to. Later, they pitch a product or service. In marketing, they might send you a newsletter or a free guide first, then hit you with an offer. Friends and family. People often use the foot in the door technique for smaller requests. Your neighbor asks to borrow a cup of sugar, and after you agree, they ask to borrow some more ingredients. Subscriptions and trials. Services often use this. Offering a free trial is a great example. By agreeing to the trial, you're on the hook for a paid version later. Loyalty programs. These are designed with the foot in the door technique in mind. Small actions like buying coffee earn you points. The goal is to get you to buy more. Charity fundraising. Charities use this technique quite a bit. Getting you to sign a petition or support a small project first is a way to get you to donate later. Job applications. Even job interviews can use this tactic. Asking for a resume and cover letter first is the small ask. Calling for an interview is the bigger one. Sports and fitness. Gyms and trainers are guilty of this too. Getting you to try a single class is the small ask. Getting you to sign up for a whole membership is the bigger one. You see this technique everywhere. You might be thinking, this is brilliant, I can use it. Hold on. While understanding this technique is helpful, it's essential to use it responsibly. Manipulation isn't cool. Anyway, let's dive deeper. Why does this technique work? The answer lies in something called consistency bias. We humans love to see ourselves as consistent. Our choices should line up with our commitments and our beliefs. Consistency bias describes this tendency. So here's how it ties in. Let's say you agree to the small ask, like lending a friend $20. You now see yourself as someone who helps out friends. If they come back with a bigger ask, like wanting to borrow your car, your consistency bias kicks in. It feels wrong to say no because it clashes with the image you have of yourself. The foot in the door technique capitalizes on this bias. It tricks us by getting us to commit to a small action, thus changing our self-image. And once we've shifted our self-image, it's easier to get us to go along with a bigger request. But there's another twist. The timing of these requests plays a crucial role. The second request shouldn't come too close to the first. In the classic study by Friedman and Fraser, mentioned earlier, the homeowners who agreed to the small sticker were more likely to accept the billboard a few weeks later. The gap between the two requests allowed for a shift in perception. The initial sticker seemed like a minor harmless act, while the billboard was a significant change. But the key was that shift in perception. The billboard didn't seem outlandish to those who had agreed to the sticker because the sticker had changed how they saw themselves. They were more open to the idea of supporting road safety. Now, you might be wondering, can I use this technique? Well, it's certainly a useful tool to have. Think of it as a gentle nudge toward your goals. For instance, if you're trying to establish a new habit, like waking up early, you can use the foot in the door technique on yourself. Start with a smaller, achievable goal, like waking up just 10 minutes earlier than usual. Once you've established that new routine, gradually increase the time. Before you know it, you'll be waking up at your desired time. The foot in the door technique works wonders in areas like health and fitness too. If you want to start exercising regularly, begin with a small, manageable goal like going for a 10-minute walk every morning. After you've built that habit, you can increase the duration or intensity of your workouts. The idea is to set yourself up for success by starting small and building on your wins. However, it's essential to use this technique ethically. Don't manipulate or pressure others into commitments. Instead, focus on positive, harmless actions that benefit both the other person and yourself. On the flip side, being aware of the foot in the door technique is equally important. It's a sneaky tactic that can catch you off guard. Knowing what it is gives you the power to defend yourself against it. Take subscriptions, for example. You might agree to a free trial without thinking much of it. But when it comes to canceling, you realize it's more complicated than you thought. That's when the foot in the door technique kicks in. The trial becomes a bigger issue than it should be simply because you said yes once. Defending yourself against this technique starts with recognizing it. If you notice that a request is setting you up for a bigger commitment, take a moment to pause. Ask yourself if you'd agree to the bigger request right off the bat. If not, politely decline the small ask and don't feel pressured to say yes to the inevitable follow-up. The foot in the door technique reveals how easily we can be guided into bigger commitments. It's a testament to the power of small actions and the importance of recognizing patterns in everyday life. Whether you're looking to build better habits or protect yourself from unwanted tactics, understanding this technique is a valuable tool. As always, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to share for more Psychology Explained. And thanks for watching.